Do androids dream of electric sheep? Interesting question. But that question was the title of a book written in 1968 by author Philip K. Dick that would be adapted 14 years later into the 1982 sci-fi classic Blade Runner. Welcome everybody back to the Figure Kit Garage. Fellow resin heads and kit builders, Brent Krug back with another out-of-the-box review. The two busts that you see in front of you are busts, the first busts in a series sculpted by Jeff Yagher and cast and produced by Paul Gill of Gillman Productions. This is Deckard and Rachel. These busts are 1/4 scale, and as I said, they were the first in a series, and there are 9 so far of the characters based on this film. These busts are amazing likenesses to the characters as you see them in the film. And as we take a closer look at them, you'll understand why Jeff Yagher is one of the best likeness sculptors out there. And we're going to start off with Deckard first, and we'll look at the base to begin with. Ruined city base, as the film takes place in Los Angeles in the year 2019. Which was a far cry from the original novel, since the novel itself was based in San Francisco. But Jeff did an amazing job of capturing crumbled stone and dirt texture all the way around, plus the decaying stone on the building part that Deckard will sit on, and the toppled sign itself with the Japanese kanji lettering running down. Really beautiful. And Paul etching his initials into the bottom of the base. But there isn't a bit of this base itself where you can't feel some kind of texture anywhere. And it's really well done, as you can see. So very nicely captured. Now, this is the second version of Deckard that was released, and he was released back in 2018. And yeah, I procrastinated my butt off in getting these picked up. Just goes to show you, procrastination is the name of the game. But a lot of other kits got in my way, so I can't really be overly upset with myself. The first version of this bust released by Jeff came with the collar detached. So originally this bust came in 4 pieces. Paul redid the bust to where the collar was fully attached. So now the bust is in 3 pieces: the base, the bust, and the right arm. But as you can tell, Jeff did a magnificent job of capturing the likeness of actor Harrison Ford in a role that wound up becoming more of a cult classic than anything else. But all the little details in the trench coat that he wears throughout the film, especially the ribbed collar itself, you know, it's just synonymous with that look. Right down to the storm flap buttons and the shirt and tie, capturing even the scar on his chin. But beautifully textured hair all the way around. Maybe a little bit of seam line work right there, but it's negligible. It's not that bad. And I was lucky enough to pick up these castings back on the 23rd of February. These are the last 2 that Paul was going to have available, because the molds are going to have to be redone. And I messaged him, and he got them out to me. And I picked both of these up for $80 each plus shipping, so $160 plus for these 2 busts. An amazing price. And I had these within a week. So, you know, Paul Gill's customer service, again, outstanding. And he sits on the base at just the perfect angle. And then the right arm, little minor seam work to do down the outside of the jacket sleeve, but the button detail for the sleeve endings very nicely captured. and the veining in the top of his hands, and then the gun that has become synonymous with the film, which was actually a Bullpup 38 Special and a Steyr Mannlicher bolt-action rifle combined together to make that one of the most futuristic-looking weapons in all of cinema. Multiple models have been made of it over the years, but Jeff captured the look of it beautifully. And then his right arm will pop into the coat. And he'll sit just like that. And the face could be painted up in any number of ways, from the beginning of the film when he's first brought in to the ending of the film where he's been put through the ringer by Roy Batty. The possibilities on the paint job are endless. And we'll move on to Rachel next, and the bust and the base, much like Deckard's, very similar in design. You know, textures all over the place. All the stonework and the metal work in this were really beautifully captured. And then on the back of the base, and if I remember correctly, that's the I can't remember if that's the Tyrrell. I believe that is the Tyrrell logo sculpted into the back. And of course, her being a Nexus 7 replicant, that logo fits perfectly. And then Rachel's right hand. Now, Rachel comes in 4 pieces: the base, the main bust, the right hand, and the cigarette she will hold in between her 2 fingers. But Jeff captured her pose and her posture very, very well. And when you see the main bust, he captured Sean Young's likeness perfectly. She's absolutely gorgeous. And then the main bust, like I said, the hairstyle that, one of the hairstyles that she wears in the film, Jeff definitely did his homework to make sure he got that right. Just a perfect likeness of Sean Young from the film. Right down to one of the outfits she wore. Captured very beautifully. Minimal seam work and no filling work on her. A little air bubble in the eyelid, but that won't be a problem. A really, really gorgeous bust. An amazing likeness altogether. And then her right hand will plug into the body just like that. And she will sit like so. Now, Deckard, full height, completely built, comes in around just a little over 7 1/8 inches tall. And Rachel is right around 8 3/8 inches tall. And as I said, these were some of the first in the series. And so far, there have been 9 released thus far. You have Deckard, Rachel, Roy, Leon, Zora, Pris, Gaff, J.F. Sebastian, and Dr. Tyrrell. And I believe there's a possibility for a 10th on the way, but nothing has been said so far. And the Deckard bust was featured in an article by David Fisher for the digital AFM issue number 71, where he shows how he painted and finished the piece itself, and it looks really, really amazing. So if you have the chance to get AFM digital number 71, do so and check out that article. It's really, really good. And the funny thing about this film is it almost flopped in the theaters and became one of the biggest cult films in cinema history, spawning no less, and I couldn't believe this when I found out, that there are 7 different versions of this film from 1982 to 2007, with 2007 being the release of the final cut, which I actually did get to see in theaters. It's a really, it's probably one of the best sci-fi films ever made. Spawned the sequel, Blade Runner 2049. But these busts are a wonderful tribute to such an amazing film that is, coming up on 42 years old. Just, it's crazy to think that that movie is 42 years old this year. I will leave contact information for Paul Gill, and as I said, these busts will probably have to be remolded, and he did mention it in the post when he was putting these two up for sale, that these would be the last offerings for some time. So later on down the road, if you're still interested in these, get a hold of Paul and find out if he has any available or any of the others available. I'll also leave a link for Amazing Figure Modeler magazine in the comments in the section down below. And that is it for this review. Want to thank everybody again for subscribing recently. The Johnny Ringo review was incredibly popular, and we keep going up in subscribers, and we're not that far away from 1,000, so let's keep that momentum going. Also, check out Monster Model Review, Rob Madison's channel, Model Club TV, Scott Johansson and Jason Walker, and I'll have every other link listed down below. Let's keep this community growing. Let's keep it going. So for this review of Deckard and Rachel, sculpted by Jeff Yagher, produced by Paul Gill of Gillman Productions, this has been the Figure Kit Garage. Everybody stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Build a kit.